Go. Sure. Guys always take a second to load. Live. There we go. Live. All right, let's rock and roll. We'll flip the camera out like this for a little bit. Get this over here. So, all right. Oh, hi, Peach. What are you doing here? What's going on? Let's go. I guess I should close the door. Oh, fuck it. Doesn't matter. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? We're going to start with Bitcoin first. Whoever's liking up the live, thank you for liking up the live. What was that? One like? Hell yeah. One like's better than none. We're going to focus on Bitcoin. Let's go. Let's go. We're going to focus on Bitcoin first today. And then we're going to kind of mosey our way onto some other charts and see what's popping. See what's popping. I mean, so far, we haven't really had... I mean, everyone was commenting this morning. Heart, yeah, let's go. Let's go. What's up, Donnie? What's going on, man? How are you? I'll flip the camera here so then y'all can see my Bitcoin chart here. Oh, sweet. Oh, wait. Oh, sweet. I refreshed my page and you popped up. How's your day been? Doing pretty well. Doing pretty well. How's yours been? I mean, what's today? Tuesday? Yeah, today's Tuesday. Going pretty well. How about y'all? How are y'all doing? We're just getting started. Hey, what's up, man? How's it going? Welcome to the live. I think you've been in here before. I recognize that picture of the whatever your TikTok profile picture is. But let's go and focus on some Bitcoin stuff today. And I mean, we definitely had a reaction here. I'm curious what that price is at for this reaction that we got today. I'm gonna throw on some fibs here and see. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the 0.5 or 0.618. Yeah, that makes sense. 0.618 we kind of got rejected at. That makes sense. I mean, I was kind of anticipating anywhere between 69 and 71, and we kind of pumped a little bit over and we got this reaction out, which is kind of funny because that's kind of the zone I was looking at. But no changes to Bitcoin. Let's look at the 4-hour. I mean, again, it's still early. We're getting a nice reaction out of there. This could be a wave 1, 2, and then we're starting the 3, which would be nice. But again, if y'all saw my video from this morning, there's a couple different scenarios we're tracking right now as far as what's next for Bitcoin. And there's really just patience right now. All we got to do is have some patience, and eventually we'll get to the spot we want. Doing great. Great to hear. Thoughts on Orb 1 minute time frame for scalping NQ? What is Orb? What is ORB? What is ORB? ORB? Which one am I looking at here? Orb 1 minute time. Is Orb a strategy or is it a crypto or what? I'm not opening. Oh, opening range breakout. Oh, I'm not familiar with that strategy, so I wouldn't be able to answer that. I trade Elliott Wave Theory, and I don't do anything really lower than like 4-hour time frame. I don't go to the 15, 1 minute. I think 1 minute is just, for me, it's just way too volatile. So I don't really go down any lower than 4-hour. But if that's your strategy, I would say stick to it. If you have a strategy that works, I would say the best thing that you can do is stick to it, have discipline, and continue to trade that strategy. Want me to show you something better than Elliott Wave? I mean, I'm all ears if you want to, talk about some other strategies. This for me is what works, and I mean, from a long time frame, it definitely works. But if you got something else that you trade, I'm down to hear it for sure. You may not sway me off Elliott Wave, but I'm definitely down to hear it for sure. So, chuck a volume profile on a range, fixed volume profile. Elliott Wave is cool. Yeah, I personally love Elliott Wave. I think it provides a lot of psychology, but also allows you to identify zones that are great buying opportunities, and it works really well for me. A volume profile on a range, fixed volume profile. Is that an indicator? I don't use any indicators either. All this is hand drawn. So like this whole structure for me for Bitcoin, like this is all this right here is hand drawn. I don't use any indicators. Possible that this wave pumped to 87K. I mean, I guess it's not possible. But we're just gonna have to wait and see if my wave 1 up here gets invalidated at 87,100. So this level right here is the 87,193. If price does, decide to pump up above there, then yeah, this whole structure then would get invalidated, and we'd have to readdress, what's next. But until proven otherwise, there's really no change to Bitcoin. It's under one of the tools on the left somewhere. I'll definitely take a look at it. I'll definitely take a look at it for sure. Jamie said your wave theory is not working out. I don't. What part of it is not working out? I'm curious your thoughts. Let's hear where we are heading in short term. My short term hasn't changed, so this is still my short term target. 60 to 50K, this region right here, between the 1 and 1.618. 60 to 50K, I've had that ever since back here in this zone. I was thinking that this was an AB and then a C wave up to 75K and then a drop. Lo and behold, we kind of extended a little bit longer, got the pump to 75, and then we're kind of dropping right now. To me, this definitely looks like a wave 1 with a wave 2 retrace. Then we should have a wave 3 down. Let's hear where, yeah, 60, 50K. There's a double bottom with a cup and handle. Are you talking about this with that? Is that what you're referring to? I don't trade those. I only do, Elliott Wave Theory. So I don't trade any sort of like patterns or figures. I need to explain it, but I think you'll like it. So if you could put it on, I can show you. Humor me. Carvana, please. We can look at Carvana. Bro's drawing lines on the chart talking about some TA. Thanks, Jay, for your input. Let it bounce around. I'm accumulating dollar to deploy. Yeah, for me, again, nothing's changed. I know that every single time Bitcoin pumps, 5% upwards or 5% downwards, everyone thinks that I'm right. Everyone thinks that I'm wrong. Again, it's a strategy and you got to stick to your strategy. I've been talking about this Bitcoin drop ever since December. Again, I've anticipated that this was the wave 1. Oh, wait, you guys can't see it on the screen. Hold on. This was my entire structure that I've been talking about now for the past couple months. Again, the wave 1, the 2, the 3, the 4. Everyone in this zone right here, if you've been following me since December, was telling me I was wrong. I don't know what I'm talking about. I know nothing, yada, yada, yada. We're pumping. We're at 96K. You're wrong. And I was like, okay, feel free to have your opinions. And then we got the drop that I'm anticipating. Now I've been talking about the drop wave 5 now for the past couple months. What is that? January? Yeah, for the past couple months. Every time we get a pump up, everyone tells me I'm wrong, and then eventually we drop, and then they're like, wait, you were right. So again, I'm not trying to be right or wrong. I'm just going off of what the strategy shows. We have a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, we're in the 4, and then we should get one more wave down. Again, it's not my interest of being right or wrong. It's just about sticking to a strategy and having a plan. If you don't have a plan, you don't have discipline, and then if you don't have discipline, you'll lose money. Are you longing or shorting short-term play? The only thing that I would look to long or short is the wave 3. So if this is confirmed right here, waiting for price action to come about, this is my anticipated next path. We have the wave 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, and then the 5. Let me move these a little bit down so they're not, and then let me change the color of that. If I was going to long anything, it would be this wave 1, wave 2, and then wave 3. But I'm not interested at these prices of taking short-term trades because I'm waiting for this right here on the wave 5 to dollar cost average in and buy some more Bitcoin and buy some more altcoins. On this wave 3, I will be dollar cost averaging. On this wave 5, I will be dollar cost averaging. I don't do leverage. I don't do anything like that. Let's see. I got a long put out of the money for next year on Carvana. Yeah, we can look at Carvana for sure. Let me ask you something. What moves markets? People and emotions and psychology, in my opinion, move markets, and institutional buying definitely moves markets, but it's a combination of fear and greed. When people get fearful, good money buys. When people get greedy, good money sells. But again, it's all technicals. For me, my chart is Elliott Wave Theory. That's what I go off of. let's see. No, I don't want to co-host. Ignore the haters. People are stressed. I want Bitcoin at 55. Yeah, Matt, you've been in here for a while now. You know the drill. The haters come in and they state their opinions, but they don't have a strategy, and typically they're just sidelined. So again, don't let your emotions get the best of you guys, and ladies, don't let your emotions get the best of you. Every time Bitcoin pumps, everyone tells me I'm wrong. Every time Bitcoin drops, they tell me I'm right. I'm not interested in being right or wrong. I'm interested in making money. I don't give a shit about the rest. For me, this is my plan. Wave 1, wave 2, 3, 4, and 5. Dollar cost average in on the 3. And dollar cost average in on the 4. And then after that, my next target for Bitcoin is 200K. So yes, I do have a target of 200K for the next wave. But until we get this final drop to 50K, we cannot move up because price is still in corrective zone. And for me, that has been going on since January of 2025. This is not a false top. It's just an ABC corrective structure for the wave 2. And then we should get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move up towards 200K. That has not changed basically since the beginning of December, and I'll continue to stick with that plan. If you have a plan, stick to it. If you don't, then I suggest you get a plan. Jamie, those patterns don't make money. Yeah, I don't use patterns or anything like that. How long do we have to wait? How long do we have to wait for confirmation? Typically what we'll see off of these levels is something like this. So it's going to take time, right? These are daily candles. It's not going to happen overnight. And what we could potentially see is if this is truly the wave 1, we should get an A wave, a B wave, a C wave, and then we should start the wave 3. Right now, it just looks like we're in an A wave, and we could get a B wave retrace here, and then another C wave. As long as 74K does not get breached to the top of this zone right here, as long as 74K does not, like if price retraces above 74K, that is not necessarily the best thing that we want, because we still need to have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move down. If, for example, price was to say come above 74K, this is what would be the next plausible and high probabilistic outcome, is you would get a WXYZ structure. So right now, the current price action is a W, an X, and then a Y. Sorry, I'll move this into the front screen. So this is what we currently want. We want this to be the wave 1. We're in the 2, 3, 4, 5. That means that this correction will happen sooner and faster because we've already completed the 1, the 2. We just got to wait for the 3, 4, 5, and then we're done. Now, if price does decide to break 74K, this is essentially what's next. So let me get this out. If price was to break above 70K, that would mean this is the W, this is the X, this is the Y. Then we should have this will be an A, B, and then a C wave down here. And then we'll get another corrective on here. So it'll look like this. We'll have this be the A wave, the B wave, a C wave down. Then we'll get an A, B, C wave up. And then after that, then we'll get the drop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move down. So if price breaks above 74K, that's not necessarily ideal. Everyone will say, well, now we're, the low is in down here. Again, stick to your strategy. If 74K gets broken, this is next. We have basically an A, B, and then a C wave down, then an A, B, C wave up for the Z, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I really don't favor this because that means that the correction is just going to last even longer. I mean, we've been in this corrective phase now for 33 days. So if that happens, that means we have an A wave, a B wave, a C wave. That probably takes another 5 days. Then we have an A, B, C wave another week, and then you get the drop. So ideally, we want this scenario to be the wave 1, wave 2, and then the drop 3. If that doesn't happen, that's fine. Whatever, we'll take what's given to us. But ideally, we don't want that to happen. Nice, appreciate it. Absolutely. Him's moving huge over the past couple days. Yeah, it really is. I believe Bitcoin will bottom at 45 to 48K. It will take months of sideways action manipulation, then bull begins. Yeah, I mean, it definitely could. For my targets right now, it's between the 1 and the 1.618 of wave 4 fib retracement, so 60 to 50K. If we get an extension, right, if this is the wave 2, and then we get an extended wave 3 down here, and then we get a wave 4 like this, and then we get a wave 5 down, or, do we get a wave 3 kind of up here? Really just depending on how explosive this wave 3 gets. if this is truly a wave 2, will determine kind of where we are. But that's not out of the table for sure. We definitely can go to 45 or 48. We just got to see what price action gives us next. But yes, I agree. I'm on that same side, meaning as soon as this short-term correction is done, right, we get the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move down. As soon as that's done on the monthly, then we should get something like this. So on the monthly, this is kind of the structure I have right now. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ABC expanding flat. Again, once that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move happens on the lower time frame, then we'll get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move to the upside. My target's 200K for the 1.618, which is typically where wave 3 retraces. So we'll get a, an explosive move up to 200. We could extend to 250, even 300. It's not off the table, but base case is basically 180 to 200 is where I'm looking to have my wave 3 go. I missed a lot of these comments here. Let me scroll back up. What makes you think it can't go? What makes you think it can't go parabolic? Just the structure, the structure of it right now, given the wave count. I'm not saying we can't go parabolic. I just think there's a little bit more patience to be had, because looking at this is the daily time frame. We have a 5-wave move, then we have a 3-wave move down, and then we have this complex, basically WXY movement up for the wave B, and then we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're waiting for this 5th to happen. Until that happens, price will not go parabolic, just due to the nature and the structure of what the price is. But once this happens, once this move down here happens on the shorter time frame, for me, that's the bottom. And I know a lot of people will be saying, hey, bottom's not in, we're going to 30K, well, yada, yada, yada. Once this happens, then for me, those explosive moves happen. So I'm not off. That's what I'm expecting. Slender Man, what's going on, man? How are you? Yeah, let's go to Carvana, because I know there was some question on Carvana. Mr. Carlo, welcome back. How are you? Hope your day's going well. Yep, there it is. 60K was the bottom. I see what you mean, but I disagree. There's still more room to run down. Not much, though. It's more of a short-term play. What makes you... oh, wait, I already answered that. This is support... hymns would use short non-mover and go to... hopefully we will start the last wave 5 and C right now. Yeah, I agree. The faster we get this movement done, the faster we can start the uptrend. I just want you guys to know that I'm not like bearish. I'm not saying, hey, we're going to 30K, Bitcoin can't go to 200. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying based on the structure of the chart, there still is a high probable move that is left to happen, aka this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because of this structure. In order for this C wave to be complete, this whole C wave, in order for this to be complete, we need to have a 5-wave move. We've only had a 4-wave move is confirmed. We have the wave 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, and then we're in the 5th. And of the 5th, we've only had a 1, 2, 3, 4, and we need one more leg lower. The quicker that happens, the quicker this move happens, the quicker we can go up. So if this is an explosive move down and we get it in the next couple weeks, then boom, then we start the uptrend. So the quicker that happens, the quicker we can start the uptrend. But let's go to Carvana, because I know I want to get some of the, let's see, Carvana, there we are. Okay, so the first thing that I do on any Elliott Wave Theory charting is go to the major time frame, or major, okay, so this is Carvana. Okay, so I would say on Carvana, if this, didn't retrace this far, we could have a wave 1 with a wave 2, but price retrace lower than wave 1, so we're going to start from here. This is our starting point, because this is all corrective. There's nothing we can do off of that. We had this huge decline, so the first place we're going to start to identify wave count is right here. So let's jump into this. First on the monthly, and then we'll go down to the weekly, and then we'll go down to the daily if necessary. But let's see what we're working with, at least on the monthly time frame. So on the monthly time frame, I mean, it definitely looks like we have a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, a wave 4. Wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This could be an extended 5th wave. Let me just make sure this validates. the rules, I mean, that would validate it, extend it to the 2.618, and then we had a drop. And then it looks like we almost have an extended fifth wave, but let's go to the weekly and see if we can see anything different. So here's the weekly chart for Carvana. Oh, okay. So Carvana on the weekly, I mean, we definitely have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave 1. Okay, so this is a wave 1. We have a wave 2. And then after that, we should get, looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave 3. This definitely looks like an extended fifth wave. Let me see what this retraced to. That retraced to the 0.618. So this could be a wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and then this almost looks like an extended 5. Because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and then we're kind of in the fifth leg right now. So if anything, this is what the wave count looks like. It looks like we have a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3 here, a wave 4, and then we're kind of in this extended fifth. I'll move the camera so you guys can see it. But we almost have something like this, a super extended fifth wave. Let me see something real quick. I mean, that could be a new start of a 5 wave, but on the monthly, it's looking like this almost. Like, that's what the monthly looks like. And we definitely have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. Yeah, I mean, that checks out. There's definitely limited upside on Carvana, given that this is an extended 5 wave. I mean, you have a 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that validates. So that should be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold on a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that should be... Yeah, if anything, Carvana's got limited upside, just given that this structure right here looks to be a 1 through 5 wave. So this is a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wave 1, wave 2, 1, 2. And then this is the wave 3, the wave 4, and then we're currently in the fifth. So I want to go to this and see kind of what price action looks like on the smaller time frame on this fifth leg. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, so that can't be a B wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wave 1, wave 2, but this can't retrace here. So this could be initial wave 1, wave 2, wave 3 up here, wave 4, and then wave 5, then an ABC corrective. I mean, Carvana definitely looks like it's topped. Just based on the monthly and everything, it definitely looks like it's topped and we're in a corrective structure. That's what it looks like. And it looks like, and it's suggesting that on the monthly too. It definitely looks like it's topped based on that extended fifth wave. I mean, it's a really extended fifth wave, but that's the only thing that I can see from a charting perspective that makes sense. We have a clear 5 wave move up here, move down, a clear 5 wave move up here, down, and then we have this big extended fifth wave. Now, where can price potentially retrace to? We're already at the 0.382 of this entire wave move. I mean, price technically can come down to the 0.5 or the 0.618. So we can have this be, you know, an A wave and then a B wave, then we get a C wave down. But as far as Carvana goes from a charting perspective, I would be cautious going long right here. I would wait for a further correction to at least the 0.5 fib around 239 before I would even touch this, if I'm being honest. I wouldn't touch this to at least the 0.5. You could maybe take a dip at the 0.5 and then take a dip at the 0.618. I just, based on the structure, it definitely looks like it's topped and has limited upside. Let me see here. Let me go back to some of these comments because I missed it. Let's see. Chain link. Hold on. What do you we're analyzing Carvana because someone had asked for Carvana, but not trading anything. SLV. What's up, healthcare? What's going on, man? How are you? Is that Nasdaq? No, this. Oh wait, I need to put this on here for you guys. Sorry. Canvas, the ticker. My fault. Now you guys can see it. So this is Carvana. Let's see. First time here. How often do you do training? So I go live every day. Not every day. I go live Sunday through Thursday, 6 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Eastern time is when I start, and then I typically go to about 8 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. My worst has it at 48, more likely 58 than 52 though. Yeah, I mean, possible. For me, my next zone is 60 to 50K for sure. Gav, what's going on? Damn, thank you for the roses. I appreciate it. Chainlink, we can do Chainlink. There's a lot of chain links. Yeah, we can do chain link for sure. But yeah, I would wait until the 0.5 fib or the 0.618. Given that we have a huge 1, 2, 3 and a blow off 5, I would definitely wait for the 0.5 or the 0.618 for that. I wouldn't touch Carvana right now. There's so many other opportunities with better risk to rewards right now than Carvana. To me, it doesn't make sense putting money in here as it looks like it's topped. Now, I could be wrong. You know, I could definitely be wrong, and it might continue to go up. But I think if it does continue to go up, it would just be a B wave bounce. It wouldn't be an impulsive wave to the upside. So this is Chainlink right now. We have basically on Chainlink, we have a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5 up. So we have an impulsive wave 1. We have this corrective 2, and then the next target for Chainlink for me is $90 from current prices. That's my next target on Chainlink using the trend-based fib extension from the bottom of wave 1 to the top of wave 1 to the bottom of wave 2. It's $90 is my next target on Chainlink. We have this massive 5-wave move up, and then we have this wave 2 down, and then we're in the 3 waiting to get to $90. I do personally own a lot of Chainlink. I think it's a great project from a fundamental standpoint, but the chart suggests that $90 is next based on Elliott Wave Theory. And my cost entry is right around $7. I'm in down here around 7, so I'm still in profit, but waiting for about $90. Is this Bitcoin? No, we can jump to Bitcoin though. This is Chainlink now. I think. Let me move this. So I wish I could move the canvas thing like up. Let me see if I can do that so that you guys can see it. Can I like position it somewhere? Watermark. What is this? White? What does that do? Oh, wow, that's kind of annoying. Okay, I want to revert that. Hold on. Make it like 30%. Let's try that. Okay, so that's a little bit more visible. I mean, that's a little too visible because I don't want it to block out the... See, like 20. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so that you can see, so then you can see the chart in the background. Mojin said I got that long put. Yeah, I think if you're looking at long Carvana, I think I'd be cautious at these levels. I wouldn't necessarily take a short, but I would wait for the 0.5 fib. Let's see. Chainlink, yep. Do you know what you're talking about? You must be new to the stream, but I appreciate the hate. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Thanks, bro. Yeah, absolutely. Solana, yeah, we can do Solana. Your 3 goes all the way up to the 0.5. I don't know what you mean. Okay, so let's go to Solana. I guess everyone's an Elliott Wave expert today, but I don't see you guys putting content about it. So, you know, do with that what you will. Okay, so Solana, this is the Solana current wave count right now. I'm going to try to get everything in the picture. That's still too bright. Let's go to like 10. Okay, that's better because I don't want it to like block out the price action. Okay, for Solana, we have a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, a wave 4, and a wave 5. Really clean impulses off the bottom. Then we have this huge corrective wave 2 structure. We're currently in the wave 3. So this is not a wave 3. This is not a wave 1, wave 2, and a wave 3 because it's too short to be a wave 3. This is, to me, what looks like an extended third wave. Given that this can't be a wave 3, price retrace here, so this can't be a wave 4 because it has invalidated the wave 1. So for me, my wave count is a wave 1, wave 2. This is the wave 1 of 3. We're in the wave 2 of 3. We have a 3 of 3, a 4 of 3, and a 5 of 3. Now, next targets on Solana, given the structure of a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with an ABC pullback. On the lower time frame, this is what the structure looks like on the lower time frame. I'll change the color so it's a little bit more visible. Let's get this to white. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so on the lower time frame, it's kind of similar to Bitcoin. We have an A wave down, then we have an A, B, C wave up for the B, and then we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 developing for the flat structure of or not a flat structure, but basically a 3 move down, a 3 move up, and a 5 wave move down. And let me see if I can zoom in here on this current wave C so you can see what I'm looking at. So on the wave C, so far, it's very similar to Bitcoin. We have a wave 1, a wave 2, we have an extended 3rd wave here, a 4th wave, and then we're waiting for this 5th wave to finish. Of the 5th wave so far, we've only had 4 completed waves. We're waiting for the 5th. We have wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 should complete. My next targets for Solana for this 5th leg down is between $67 and $51 is where I'm looking. If you were, I've already sold my Solana. I made about a 20x on Solana, so I'm not interested in buying back in more. I have other assets that I'm looking to purchase as opposed to Solana, but a good zone for Solana is 67 to 51. Once Bitcoin does its correction down, most altcoins will get even, they'll crater more. So if Bitcoin goes down 5%, Solana could retrace about 10. But my next zone is $67 to $51 for Solana. And then on the monthly time frame to chart out the next wave, impulse wave up, I'll show you what I'm looking for on Solana. So the next zone I am looking for on Solana, if we go down to say $59, my next zone target for Solana is $524. That's my next zone for Solana. And it'll look something like this. We'll get a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to about $524. That's my next target. Oh, that skipped a lot of comments. Jeez, I gotta catch back up. When will we see $90 on Link? I don't trade based on time. I trade based on price. So everything that I do is based on technical analysis, not on time-wise. I don't know of any strategy that predicts time. If you know it, let me know because I will gladly incorporate that into my overall strategy. But I do not have any strategy that I know of that predicts time. Do you trade Equilibrium? No, only Elliott Wave Theory. I don't do any other strategies because what I find is when you're using other strategies, the pros and cons of each strategy kind of counteract each other. So I just stick to one. And for me, Elliott Wave Theory is my strategy. And then I just stick to this and only this. SoFi, yeah, we can look at SoFi for sure. Time-based fib. I mean, you can use time-based fib, but there's really not a lot of rules around it. Whereas with price, there's more rules around price. Donnie said, thank you. Yeah, absolutely, Donnie. I hope everything's going well for you. I love Solana, Chainlink, DOT, XRP, own each of them. I have Chainlink, I have DOT, I have XRP. I sold my Solana, I sold my Render for like 20x's, and then I rotated those profits into Fetch at the bottom, and then I took profits on that after about a 6x. So it was a nice rotation of gains for sure. Did you do Bitcoin? No, actually, wait, we were going to go to Bitcoin next, so I can go to Bitcoin and show you guys on the short term time frame, and then we can also go to XRP and SoFi as well. So as far as Bitcoin is concerned, because again, we need to know what Bitcoin's doing in order to figure out what the broader market is doing. If we don't know what Bitcoin's doing, we don't know what the broader market is. Also, I have been streaming from my PC recently, but for whatever reason, TikTok Live like flags your content on PC if you're sharing a browser. So I'll be streaming on my phone now. I have like the hands-free thing that I flip back and forth. If this is what y'all like, I can do it this way. If you want me to switch back to the PC, I can. But I find it better like this because the PC, whenever I stream on PC, it like flags my content for unoriginal content because I'm sharing a trading view screen. So just wanted to give that announcement. If you guys are, if anyone else in the chat right now is streaming on TikTok Live or is incorporating that in terms of their content strategy, and you're looking to go live on PC, you can't share any browser sources on PC. If you share like TradingView, which is what I'm on right now, they flag you as unoriginal content. You try to appeal it and they'll reject it every single time. And if you try to appeal it, they'll just keep rejecting it, and they'll restrict your live. That they won't push your live out, and they'll restrict it to only like a few viewers. So just letting you guys know that if you plan to stream on TikTok Live. This setup is nice, TikTok Live. Okay, perfect. Well, if y'all are liking it, then I'll keep it this way. So monthly time frame on Bitcoin, for those of you that are interested in Bitcoin, I myself am. I'm waiting for this drop down to dollar cost average in and just add to my spot position. I've basically been in spot since this region down here. I dollar cost average heavy in this region down here. I'm just going to add to my spot position on this next pullback, but I wanted to be transparent about kind of where I purchased. I just kind of dollar cost average in on the 2022 lows. Now, my next target on Bitcoin's 206K on the smaller time frame. We are due for one more corrective move down. I know that may be hard to hear. Again, I'm not trying to pick sides. I'm not a bull. I'm not a bear. I am purely just a technical analyst that looks at charts. I can't really say anything different that will convince anyone, that we're bottoming or whatever. It doesn't really matter. My strategy and what is next based on the wave count is we still have a 5-wave move to complete. Does it happen now? Are we in the wave 2, wave 3, and then we should get the 4 and the 5? That would be ideal. That would be the quickest scenario. We could, A, B, C, and then another A, B, C, and then get the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which would just prolong the correction, which would suck because it could last for another 1 to 3 months. I'm hoping that this is the 2, and then with CPI out tomorrow, and then the FOMC speech next week with all that volatility, it brings the wave 3, then we get a 4, and then we get a 5, and then boom, we are done, and then we can resume the trend to the upside. Which broker? This is TradingView. I'm just using TradingView. Thanks for the live. Your analysis helps me confirm my own analysis, compare them. Absolutely. Yeah. Again, if you have a strategy that's different than, I'm happy that it's helping. Is that Sika Sika? I'm gonna mispronounce that username really wrong, but I'm reading your comment. I'm hoping that you understand that I'm reading your comment. But yeah, I mean, if you have a strategy that's different than mine, that doesn't mean that it's better or worse. You just got to have a strategy. Whatever strategy you use, just stick to it. If you use moving averages, if you use Wyckoff, if you use fair value gaps, if you use ICT, if you're whatever strategy you use, just stick to it. Have a disciplined approach to investing. Don't gamble. Don't let your emotions get the best of you. Don't let them, influence your decision making, and you'll do fine. Like, a lot of strategies are out there, are profitable. It's just, when you let your emotions get the best of you and influence your decisions, you veer off the path of the strategy, and then you make or lose money, and then you think you're either not doing the strategy right or doing the strategy wrong. Just don't let your emotions get the best of you, stick to the strategy, and you'll be fine. For me, Elliott Wave Theory is what works best, and it's simple. It's not complex, which is what I like. I like to keep investing simple, or as simple as I possibly can do it. I understand what we are waiting on right now, but what is your long-term strategy with crypto? For me, I'm not interested in really selling my Bitcoin. For me, I just add to it on big pullbacks like this and hold for the long term. On my altcoins, I do take profits on those. So when we get the next, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 explosive moves off of these lows, I'll be looking to take some profits off the table and then wait for another Bitcoin crash and then rotate the profits from altcoins into Bitcoin. That's sort of my strategy with crypto itself, but it really just depends on where, how do I describe it? When you're investing, you want a place to park your money, and you want to identify setups that make the most sense. For right now, right, we have a Bitcoin setup completing, and then we should have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move up to 200. If you buy down here and then you sell at 200, you're not going to stick it in cash because it's just going to sit there. You're not going to make any money on it, and it's just going to basically, through inflation, you're going to lose money on it. So you got to find a place to park that. So what you do is you identify another asset that has completed another ABC structure like this. Not every asset is worth investing in too. That's another rule, is not every asset is worth investing in. If you can't see a clear move on the chart, don't invest in it. So right now for Bitcoin, right, We've had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move up. We're about to complete an ABC move. And what comes after an ABC move? Well, you get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move up. And then after that is done, then you get another ABC move down. That's just how the market works. You move in 5-wave moves up, 5 waves moves down. So once, if you're like, hey, I'm going to invest in Bitcoin now, and then I'm going to sell it, 200. I'm going to, buy here and then sell at 200. You're sitting in USD and you're like, ah, shit, where do I put my money now? I don't want to buy in Bitcoin right now because after this 5-wave move, that ABC is going to happen. Okay, where do I put my money? Well, you look for another, stock. And for me, that's MSTR is looking really good right now. And the reason behind it is it's done what Bitcoin done. It has a 5-wave move, and then you have a 3-wave retrace. So you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, and then you have this ABC corrective. So say, for example, you rode Bitcoin up to 50 to 200K, and you were sitting on cash, and you're like, okay, where do I put my money? And you saw this MSTR chart, and you said, oh, wow, this is a great opportunity. I have a wave 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5, and then I have an ABC pullback. Oh, okay. I'm going to analyze this chart, wait for a bottom. I'm going to invest in here, wait for another 5-wave move up, take profits up here, and then find another chart that has an ABC completion, invest in there, ride a 5-wave move up, and just rinse and repeat. That's the strategy. It's finding places to park your money that have a great opportunity to the upside that you can, ride it to the upside. So that's my strategy. It's take profits at the top and then wait, and then find another asset that has an ABC completion, put it there, wait for a 5 move up, take profits, find another one, and just keep rinsing and repeating. XRP, yeah, we can do XRP. Let's see, I started learning Elliott Wave 7 months ago. It's quite complex. Yeah, Elliott Wave can be complex at times, but it just depends. Like, you just got to keep trying and keep evaluating it, and it'll make more and more sense. This guy changes his squiggly lines every time. Okay, is your name BJ? What a name. Okay, thank you for the hate. I appreciate it. Nice one. That's a nice comment. I really appreciate that. When do you plan on selling? Is it a bad idea to swing trade? It all depends on your strategy, Dylan. If your strategy is geared around swing trading and you're good at it and you practice enough, then sure, it can be a strategy. Mine is more of a long-term investing strategy. I am getting more involved in some of this, I guess, swing trading type things, holding it for a month or two and taking some profits. I'll be posting all of that content when I do take trades, but for me, it's more about identifying super undervalued positions and then riding them up and taking profits. That's sort of my strategy. Let's see. Unless it becomes a WXY. Yeah, unless it becomes a WXY, then it is a very complex structure. But nonetheless, say, for example, MSTR does become a WXY, right? Like, we'll just indulge that for a second. If we have an ABC, W, there's still an ABC X bounce. So even if you did buy down here, you still get a bounce. So you technically could get a profitable trade right here. Does it go to 950? No. The only way you're going to know that is what happens off of these lows. So if you get, an ABC structure up, then okay, that's an X and we should expect an ABC down. But if you get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move off of these lows, then what's next is an ABC. So yeah, I understand what you mean though. It could be a more complex correction, but even with an ABC, if you buy here, you're still going to be in profit. So it's a win-win. Aiden, what's going on? Nick, did you predict the drop from 126 to 59K-ish? I started posting, actually posting on social media back in December. So that was when I started actually posting stock crypto content. But looking at the structure, you could have said, looking at the structure, it definitely was corrective for sure. I started posting content somewhere in here. But my original thesis on it, even before I started posting content, was this was an ABC structure, and then this was an ABC, followed by an ABC, followed by an ABC. So my first ever video that I posted on social media about stocks and crypto, this was my expanding flat thesis ever since December. Like, you can go back to my first video about crypto. It was the ABC expanding flat thesis, because what I saw on the chart was a 3-wave move, and then you have a 3-wave move up, a 3-wave move down, and then a 3-wave move up, which is all impulsive. That's not, or all corrective rather. This isn't an impulsive move. It's just all ABC corrective structures. And then I was thinking we would have a 1 through 5 down. So I was talking about that back in December. Yeah, I mean, Bitcoin for me, we still have 60 to 50K. So that hasn't changed. 60 to 50K still remains my zone, and the reason behind it is the fib extension between the 1 and the 1.618. That's what I'm looking at for Bitcoin. Now, let's see. Give me 1 second. Let me scroll here. What about a more of an hour day trading, paying to buy and paying to sell? How do you make enough profit? So I don't do any day trading. I just long-term spot buy. I am interested in getting into that, but I'm going to be documenting that process. I haven't done anything like that. I'll probably only go to like 4-hour time frame and daily. So if I was looking to trade anything, I would have waited for the wave 2 and then rode the wave 3 down, waited, and then wave 4, and then you could have traded the wave 5 down, but I'm not really interested in that at this point in time. Is that MG? We did Hood yesterday about 3 times. I mean, I could go back to Hood for sure. Bro knows about wave 6, 7. That made me laugh. Please do Hood. We did Hood like 4 times yesterday. I remember you. You were in the chat. Yes, we can do Hood again, because I respect the loyalty and the support, but we can definitely go back to Hood. Can you recap MSTR? Yeah, we can go back to MSTR real quick, because I know you just joined. But MSTR is very similar to Bitcoin, so it makes sense because MSTR invests in Bitcoin, so they kind of follow each other, so to speak. But my next target, this is one of the assets that I am looking to buy. So I will make a video about when I buy, but I'm not buying at this level. I'm waiting for one more leg drop. I'll show you why. For me, I have a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 with an ABC corrective down. My next target is about 950 to 960. That is my next target on MSTR. I know there's going to be a lot of haters and say that's not possible. Sure, you know, whatever, take your opinion. I don't really care. The chart suggests another 1 through 5 move up to 960, and I will be personally buying this and routing it up to 160 or 960, and I will be telling all the haters to go pound salt, because this is a phenomenal opportunity to get into an asset. Now, as far as the current wave structure on MSTR, we have this wave 1 right here, wave 2, wave, if I can get it, 3, 4, and then we're currently in the 5th wave down for MSTR. I am waiting for this zone right here. I will show you when I'll be buying MSTR, if I can get it. My next zone for MSTR to purchase is between 100 and 76. Between 176 is my purchasing zone. Once price retraces in a 5-wave move down, I will be buying at those zones. And then I will be waiting until 960 on the upside. So that is what I'm doing for, that's what I'm waiting to do for MSTR. I'm waiting for basically the 100 to 76 zone, and then I will be riding that up to about 960. Possible it goes below 50? Yeah, 100%. We can 100% go below 50. Let me see something. Let me move this chart over here. I want to get this over here. So if we go below, we can definitely go below 50. And the reason behind that is, well, is there any other questions on MSTR, and then we can go to Bitcoin? We can do Chainlink. Yeah, we can do Chainlink for sure. Is that Typho bought Bitcoin in 2018 at 3,500, sold at 112K, following because I think you have it right. Well, I appreciate the support. I really do. Waiting for the Pal Father to join. Yeah, 100%. Get into Forex prime time during political unrest? Potentially. I mean, Elliott Wave Theory works on all charts, all time frames. Yeah, yo, Ivan, what's going on, man? How's the nose feeling? How's the nose feeling? This Bitcoin, this is MSTR. Let me move this stuff out of the way. This is MSTR, but we are about to jump over to Bitcoin. Well, actually, no, we're going to do XRP. We'll do XRP, then we'll do Bitcoin, and then we can go to... Oh, am I missing all these things over here? What is this? Hood. Yeah, we can do Hood. Oh, all this stuff's not pulling in. Sorry, I got my YouTube chat on the other side, and it's not pulling into my OBS. I have no idea why. That's annoying. Well, I apologize for ignoring the comments on here. Sorry, just joined. What's Bitcoin looking like? What's up, John? What's going on? Yeah, so we're going to jump to XRP now. We can go over to Robinhood for sure. We can definitely go over to Robinhood for sure. Let's go to XRP first, and then we can go over to Robinhood. I think I have everything saved for XRP, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I have everything saved for XRP. So for XRP, this is what the current wave count looks like on XRP. We have a massive wave 1, and then we have an ABC. So we have this massive wave 1, then we have an ABC2, and then we're in the 3 right now. My next target on XRP, looking at it on the smaller time frame, or like this, just analyzing this current wave 3, is we have an initial wave 1, we're in the 2, and then we'll get a 3 to about $6. Then we'll get a pullback 4, and then one more leg higher. But my next target is $6 on XRP. That's my next target on XRP. What's going on, Kush? Yeah, MSTR, I still have 960. I'm still waiting on the drop down to the 80 to 70K level. Thanks. 1, 2... Say that again. I'm an Auburn guy. Wait, where's my helmet? I see that Roll Tide. That 2 is invalid. How is this 2 invalid? What do you mean? How is the 2 invalid? Roll. I saw the Roll Tide. I had to do it. War damn, baby. Oh, man, that's hilarious. I love it. I mean, I respect Bama. Don't get me wrong. I love the rivalry. I think it's hilarious. Go Gators. All right, we got a lot of SEC folks in here. I respect it. Wait, who said that 2 is invalid? Okay, how is the 2 invalid? Which 2 is invalid? I don't know. I'll send you a pic of the nose after. What do you think about Bitcoin right now? I don't know if you've seen this message. Fighting Illini. All right, we got yeah, put your college in here. What are we working with? We got Gators, we got Tide, we got another War Eagle in here. I love it. I'm an Auburn guy myself. We got the Illini in here. Neither one of worth a shit anymore. Yeah, unfortunately, Auburn's football team is a load of trash right now. We got Mizzou, we got Vols. All right, we got the SEC covered. I love it. The chart doesn't mean nothing right now because there's no new investment. Oh yeah, well, wait until this explosive wave 3 happens when after this one. I do have XRP going down a little bit more to about $1, and then the next target's 6. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, this is my next target because this is a wave 1, a wave 2, and then we'll have the wave 3, 4, and then 5. Filecoin. We can look at Filecoin. VeChain is going to fund Florida. VeChain is going to fund the Florida NIL. That's hilarious. Bitcoin to 55K. Yeah, I have between 60 to 50K. When will it hit 6? So I don't trade based on time. That's like, I don't know of any strategy that does. But I do think that we have some explosive moves near term in terms of like this year. I think once we get this initial push down, again, following my Bitcoin thesis with the 60 to 50K region, and then we get the explosive moves to the upside towards 200, that will honestly lift a lot of altcoins. A lot of the altcoins that have just taken craters over the past, basically 4 years will come back to life. And from there, we'll get the explosive, 5-wave move. I do think that could potentially happen within 2026. But I could be wrong. At the end of the day, I don't trade based on time. I trade based on price. So my next target is $6. Personally, I am in XRP right in this region here. I'm in around 50 cents, I think is my average, right around 50 cents. So I'm waiting till about $6. Then I'll probably take some profits. Appreciate the stream. See you next time. Greetings from Germany. Good night. Oh yeah, I was gonna say it's late over there, but I appreciate the support. We got Germany in the chat. Love it. I personally want to go to Germany. I've never been, so that is on my travel bucket list. Thank you very much. Yeah, absolutely. Can you do algo? Yeah, we can do algo. We can look. We were gonna do XRP first, then let's go over to what was the next one? We were going to do XRP, then we're going to do Bitcoin, because I know that there were some questions on Bitcoin. And then we'll do Filecoin. Yep, Filecoin. We'll do Filecoin next. And then after Filecoin, I can't remember the other. Oh, Chainlink. That's it. We'll do Bitcoin, then Chainlink, then Filecoin. That's the order, because I remember John was requesting Chainlink a while ago. My apologies, John. Sometimes the chat just gets to going and I miss it, and then I realize that I missed it, so my apologies. But yeah, no changes on Bitcoin. 60 to 50K remain my region. I have not purchased any Bitcoin yet, like in terms of this strategy that I'm using right now. I told you I was going to buy in on the wave 3 again, and then buy in on the wave 5. I haven't made any recent purchases yet. I'm still routing my spot bag from 2022, but I am looking to buy some more because these are great dollar cost average levels for the long term. 60 to 50K remain my region. I'm waiting for this drop of a wave 3. I'll buy some on this drop, and then I'll wait for the wave 5, buy some more, and then I will hold. Also, the tokens I'm looking to buy as far as crypto goes, I am looking to buy VeChain, EOS, Bitcoin, and MSTR. Those are the tokens that I'm doing. And stock, rather. Those are the stock that I'm doing as well. Mine looking at THRY. Yeah, we can do that. We're going to do chain. Good after. What's up, Mike? Only from Cali, but that's exciting. I respect it. AVAX, yeah. Believe it or not, my son got his finance degree from Auburn. I told him I wouldn't pay, but I did. I got my finance degree as well from Auburn. That's awesome. They have made so many changes to Auburn. I mean, most of the schools in the SEC are making so many changes with just like the amount of funding they're getting. I mean, it's truly incredible how much is being built across these campuses. I mean, Auburn doesn't even seem recognizable anymore. From Spain, hell yeah. Spain is on my travel bucket list as well. My wife and I did Italy and Greece last year. We loved it, but Germany and Spain and Portugal are on our list to travel to. Okay, so let's jump over to Chainlink for John, because I know he requested that a while ago. So let's go into Chainlink. Then we can do Filecoin, and then we will do Robinhood. I think everything changed. Yeah, so nothing. I thought we did Chainlink. Didn't we do Chainlink? Or am I wrong? I thought we did. So no real changes to Chainlink. We have a wave 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move up. And then we have the 2. We're currently in the wave 3, just waiting for more price action to kind of develop to anticipate these next moves up. My next target for Chainlink is around $90. So that's about a 10x from current prices. I am in at Chainlink around $7 or $8. That is my dollar cost average, is in this region right here for Chainlink. I'm waiting to about 90, and then I'll probably take some profits. Come to Slovakia during the summer. I could do that. MSTR, MSTX with MSTR. Yeah, I might pick up some MSTU as well, but a small, like 1% of my overall portfolio. Yep. I would agree. Hola, Adri, what's going on? Can you do Avalanche? Yeah, we can do Avalanche. What's your take on Warcoin? What is Warcoin? Ahmed, what's going on? Did you do H bar? No, we can do H bar though. War coin? What is war coin? Is it War USD? Is that what it is? Roll Tide? We can look at it, but I want to look at Matt said, what's your bottom zone for Chainlink? Chainlink is complex right now because it almost looks like on the weekly time frame. Like Chainlink looks very just, it's a complex correction right now. So for Chainlink, we have a wave 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5 for an initial wave 1. And then we're in the 2, we should have a 3, 4, and a 5 up to about $90. But we're in this like complex, basically like WX, YXZ structure. I do think Chainlink probably does have one more leg lower, maybe towards $7, kind of taking out this February low. The reason behind that is, again, my Bitcoin thesis, meaning if Bitcoin goes down to 60K, that's what is that a 10 to 20% retrace for Bitcoin? Yeah, like a 10 to 20% retrace for Bitcoin. I mean, Chainlink's going to drop as well. I mean, most of the altcoins are going to drop. So I would say wait for Bitcoin to kind of lead. And then as Bitcoin enters its wave 3 and wave 4 and wave 5, that's when I would say you can probably load up on Chainlink, and somewhere maybe around $6 to $7, I think is a good range, given that we probably have one more leg down for Chainlink. But from a risk to reward standpoint, I mean, even if you bought it here at about $9, the risk is, okay, if it goes from $9 to $6, then to 90, are you willing to take the risk that there is further downside with the risk of a big upside, or wait for this drop down, then buy, dollar cost average in on the dip and then ride it up? You kind of just take your pick. If you don't want to FOMO and wait for the drop, you could buy now. I mean, my cost average is right around like $7 or $8, so I'm a little bit in profit, not too much. I mean, we definitely had a huge corrective wave 2, which I wasn't necessarily anticipating, but it happens. I mean, it's just a complex correction, but $90 is my next target. Well, Warcoin is a meme coin on Solana. I mean, Elliott Wave Theory really isn't geared for like meme coins, so I tend to stay away from those. But given the title of it and the situation we're right now and the memeability of it, I mean, I definitely think that it could spark some interest. But I don't really touch meme coins, if I'm being honest. So anything under 8 to 9 link is a good to accumulate. Yeah, I would agree with that. I think at the prices we're at right now, I mean, this looks like an ABC. Then we have this ABC, then we have an ABC, then another ABC, and then we have another ABC. I mean, for me, this looks like a complex WX, YXZ structure. So it does look like we might have one more dip lower, and that for me is the bottom. So I would say anywhere in like current prices to maybe $6, anywhere between like $8 to $6 is a good place to accumulate for Chainlink. But again, the next target based on this structure is $90. So, take that with what you will. Chainlink, and then we were going to do, I think, Hood. And then, I can't remember the other one. And then Filecoin. Yeah, Chainlink, Hood, and then we're going to do Filecoin. Because there were some requests over on YouTube, too, for Hood. Now, let me move this out of the chat window so that you guys can see it. As far as Hood's concerned, this is what I was saying before earlier in the stream, is you want to identify charts that have really clean wave structures and present you with good buying opportunities. For me, with Hood, we have a really clean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up for the wave 1, then a wave 2, and then we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up for wave 3, a wave 4, and then another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move up for the 5, and then we have this ABC developing structure for Hood. For me, I mean, typically for wave 2, when I buy or when I look to buy is at the 0.5 to the 0.618 fib retracement of an entire 5-wave move. So we have, this huge 5-wave move, and then around the 0.5 and 0.618 fib retracement is when I deploy capital, because it's a deep retrace, about 50 to 60% from all-time high. These are between like $80 to $63 are great accumulation zones for Hood. It could go lower to the 0.786. That's not out of the window. But if you want to buy a little bit at the 0.5, buy a little bit at the 0.618, the next target for me is 300 for Hood. I may look to add this to my spot position, but the risk to reward looks better on MSTR, so I'm choosing MSTR over Hood. That doesn't mean Hood's not a great investment. I'm just looking at the current structure, and from current prices at 60 to 300, I mean, that's a 5x, whereas MSTR is suggesting a 10x. So for me, I'm just more interested in MSTR. And on the smaller time frame, you know, if we go to the daily time frame on Robinhood, I mean, we definitely have reason to believe that bottom could potentially be in, because we have an A wave, a B wave, a C wave of an A, then we have a B, and then we almost have like this 1, 2, well, technically speaking, this probably does have one more leg lower. Honestly, if I'm looking at this on the daily, we look to have an A, B, C, so that's a 3-wave move for an A, and then we have a 3-wave move for a B, and then it looks like we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5. So we basically have a 3-wave move A, a 3-wave move B, and then a 5-wave move C. So for Hood, yeah, look at that. I mean, that's truly the power of Elliott Wave Theory right here. So let me zoom in on this. So the wave 5 that y'all know, so we're in, you know, this wave C structure here, the wave 3, the wave 4, and then we have one more leg lower for the 5. The wave 5 typically bottoms between the 1 and the 1.618, and look at where the 1.618 is at. This should basically happen like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, somewhere, you know, close to the 1.618. And look at where it's at. It's at the same level as the 0.68 on the large time frame. So for me, a good zone to buy Hood is between 70 to 63. That would be a zone I'd be looking at for Robinhood. And the two reasons behind it is the 1.618 fib extension of wave 4 ends at the 1.618, which coincides with the larger. I mean, look at this. This is like incredible just how this kind of lines up. But the 1.618 is lined up with the 0.68 fib retracement, which is right at $63. So I would say anything below 80 to 63 is a good accumulation zone for Robinhood. And then the next target's 300. That would be what I'm looking at on Robinhood. Let's see. Hood. What do you think about CPI tomorrow? I think CPI is probably going to be a surprise, honestly. I will follow you even though you're an Auburn guy, but you seem knowledgeable of crypto. I appreciate that, Roll Tide. I will take that for what it is. I understand that the rivalry is very tough, and it probably pains you to throw a follow to an Auburn guy. But I respect the support, and I really do appreciate it. I got something that you probably won't like, but you might like. I'll do a video of it later because I think you might appreciate it. I got a helmet signed in Vegas I found a helmet in Vegas. I would go get it, but it's in the other room. And it has Cam Newton, Nick Fairley, Bo Jackson, like all these famous like Auburn players that have played at Auburn. It was a signed Auburn helmet that I bought in Vegas, and I had like the authenticity report and the papers, but I lost them, unfortunately. I mean, I don't really necessarily plan on selling the thing, but I'll do a video of it. I think you'd appreciate it. Even if you don't like Auburn, I think you'd think it was cool. And for any of the SEC guys out there, I feel like you guys would think it was cool too. Absolutely. Link is a great project. Yeah, I agree. Oh, wait, we were going to do SoFi. That's right. I forgot to do SoFi. Have you tried using the TradingView paid version of Elliott Wave? No, I personally like to draw all mine. I don't trust the AI. I don't trust AI in general, so I tend to use all my own stuff. I think that the AI, I mean, as good as it is, I like to do my own wave counts because I trust myself more than an AI bot doing it for me. Again, that's just that's just me personally and my personality. I'm a love-hate relationship with AI. I think it's good for like, you know, just meaningless tasks, but things like this where there's money on the line and financial importance, I want to make a judgment call based on myself and my knowledge and my experience, not an AI. Oh, Ivan said, should we be ready for that crypto talk or whatever? You think it's going to change price a lot? When you say crypto talk, Ivan, what are you referring to? Unless I'm misunderstanding something. The crypto talk, are you talking about like the Clarity Act? Is that what you're talking about? I do have big explosive upside for BMNR too. We're all SEC facts. Oh dang, I went to OU. Heck yeah. Hey OU, welcome to the SEC, man. Welcome to the SEC. Chat GBT said bad words to you right now. That's hilarious. All right, let's go. I did forget to do SoFi. If the guy in here or whoever requested SoFi, I can't remember who requested it. For whoever requested SoFi, if you're still in the chat, I want to look at SoFi. Then we're going to do Filecoin, and then we got a request over from YouTube for Dogecoin. So we can look at Dogecoin. Again, I'm not a big meme guy, but we can look at it for sure. So for me, SoFi also has a really clean chart structure. These are probably not as clear, so let me make these a different color. I'll turn them, let me see. Turn these yellow. ABC structure is yellow. This should be white. Okay. I think I got everything. Okay, so for SoFi, we have a really clean structure. We have a wave 1, 2, well, let me go down to the weekly because you can't see it on the monthly. So on the weekly, let me try to get everything into frame here. So on the weekly on SoFi, we have a really clean chart. And we have a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, a wave 4, a wave 5. Then we have an ABC. Then we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we have an ABC. We're currently in the 5th leg. So we have this big wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4. My next target on SoFi is $37. But as price action develops for this 5-leg move up, that could change just depending on how explosive this wave 1 and the wave 3 get. But the high probable target on SoFi is 37.56 is my next target. We got a nice bounce here off of the... We got a nice bounce off the 0.618 fib retracement of wave 3. I mean, look at that bounce off of the... let me see if I can zoom in here. I mean, look at that bounce off the 0.618, which is an incredible bounce. If price retraces lower... then $16.61, basically this zone right here. If price retraces lower than this whole wave count is invalidated. So until proven otherwise, the next probable outcome is a wave 5 up towards $37. If price decides to decline lower than $16, that means this is not a wave 1, this is not a wave 2, and this is not a wave 3, because wave 4 cannot retrace lower than the top of wave 1. So until proven otherwise, the next probable outcome is a wave 5 up, given the structure that we have, and my next target is $37 for SoFi. Absolutely, I love Elliott Waves. They try and hide them from us. Yeah, Elliott Waves, great, I love it. I mean, yeah, once the Clarity Act happens, that will remove a lot of the uncertainty in the market, and markets don't like uncertainty. So if the Clarity Act does get passed when and if it does get passed, the Clarity Act will bring a lot of clarity to crypto. I haven't read the whole thing, so I have no idea what's in it, but I do think that it will drive some more price action, and that could validate, again, my thesis. Again, my next target is a wave 5 down, and then a explosive move up to 200K, which, you know, could usher in the Clarity Act doing that. I was saying heck yeah about the helmet you bought. Oh yeah, I'll do a video about that tomorrow. I'll do a video about that tomorrow. It's a really cool helmet, I will say. I'm glad I purchased it. So let's do Filecoin, then let's do Avalanche. John, you came back at the perfect time because we're gonna do Filecoin, then we'll do Avalanche. Let's see here. Let's do Filecoin. So Filecoin for me, there's really not much on it. So there's no structure to it, meaning there's really nothing I can do. Like this can't be a wave 1 with a wave 2. The reason why this can't be a wave 1 with a wave 2 is because wave 2 goes below the starting point of wave 1. So until we get some price action that looks like this off the low, until we get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move up off the low, this is just in correction mode and we're waiting for price action. So unfortunately, there's really nothing with Filecoin that we can chart. Just join anything for XRP. Yeah, we did XRP a little bit ago. My next target on XRP is $6. Thank you. But yeah, we'll go to, do you use chart patterns as well? I don't, George. I personally just like to stick to the Elliott Wave Theory, but not to say that chart patterns don't work, because I feel like they do, but I like to just purely stick to the wave counts. Jerome Powell, yeah, Jerome Powell is gonna be. Jerome Powell always brings volatility, so be prepared for next week. SoFi, my next target on SoFi is $37. We just did SoFi. We have a really clean wave count on it, and my next target is $37 for SoFi. I wish that I can put, again, you probably don't want to see, you know, me all the time, but I wish that I could put a little screen at the top here of like my face with the chart. For whatever reason, my phone doesn't let me do that. I tried to do PC streaming, and TikTok Live does not like when you stream on PC. They flag your content for sharing browsers. So I'm back. I'm here. Don't, you know, I know that you guys just want to see the chart and you don't want to see me. So I get it. I'll flip the camera, but just letting you guys know I'm here. You know, you can see me on the screen. Just letting you guys know I'm here. Okay, so for Avalanche, let me go to the weekly. For Avalanche, my next was this the one that we did? Yeah, this is the one we did on stream, I believe. Yes. Was it on the daily that we saw the 5-wave move? Actually, hold on. No, it wasn't this chart. It was another. Was it the USDT one? I think it was. Yeah, so this one looks a little bit better. So let me go to the weekly. So on Avalanche, this is kind of the structure right now. I personally don't own any Avalanche, but this is what the chart is suggesting. So we have a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5 up. So for me, this was the wave 1, and then we're in this like massive A, B, C structure, and we're just waiting for impulses to the upside. So we're currently in a wave 1, and then we're in the 2, and then we're just waiting for the impulses to the upside. From a monthly time frame, from the start of this project to where we are at currently, the next target on Avalanche is around 244. That's my next target on Avalanche using the rules of Elliott Wave Theory. It's around 244. Meaning this is the wave 1, we're in the 2, and then we should expect a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move up to about 244. That's my next target for Avalanche. And then Gaming Assault, we're going to go to Doge. Yep, we're going to do Doge as well. So I did Filecoin, did Avalanche, then we're going to go to Doge as well. Would you be interested in an... Would you be interested in an... is that JB Trades? Would you be interested in an IB deal? What is IB, JB? What is an IB deal? I don't know what that is. I've got a wicked contract offer. Shoot us a DM. I mean, I can shoot you a DM. I just don't know what an IB deal is. So I guess you'd have to clarify that. Is SPY? Oh, we can do. All right. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do Dogecoin next. Then we're gonna do Injective, and then we can go to SPY because I think I know why you're asking that. I know what you're asking on that. If you send us a DM, I'll go into more detail. Okay, yeah, I can do that after. I know why you're asking that question, George. I do have us pretty close to a top on SPY, and I'll show you why. Doge. Is it Doge? Which one's the Doge? I always forget which one's the fucking Doge. Where's the Doge one? Let me just find it. Doge USDT. Here we go. Oh yeah, we did this on stream a little bit ago. So my next target on Doge, and again, I don't really trade meme coins, but going off the rules of Elliott Wave Theory, the next target on Doge is $1.26. I know that it's hilarious because everyone was talking about Doge to $1 back in, what was it, 2020? Everyone was talking about Doge to $1. It would be hilarious if Doge did get to $1.26. I don't personally own any Doge Gaming Assault, but my next target is to $1.26 because we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 wave up, and then we're in the 2, and then the third wave does target the 1.618, which is at $1.26. Did I skip Bitcoin? We can do Bitcoin. Yeah, we can do Bitcoin for sure. Jen said Bitcoin, please. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do, so Dogecoin, again, there's not much to Dogecoin. It's similar to Avalanche where we're just in a wave 2 and then we're waiting for the wave 3. The wave 3 for me is $1.26, so that's like a 10x from current prices. In Elon we trust. I wouldn't be surprised, given that wave 3 is typically the most explosive wave, meaning the wave that we're about to enter, this 1 through 5 moving up for the wave 3. I wouldn't be surprised if Elon starts tweeting some shit out and, you know, you get these big explosive moves up and then retail funnels in. Drew said, what's a swiggy? I don't know what am I swiggy pleaser? I don't know what that is, Drew. I'm gonna be honest. I don't own any Dogecoin. I'm just going off the charts. It would be really funny. Check chart. Oh. I saw the R at the end. I was like, okay, Swiggy. I don't know Swiggy, but we can look at it. And Elon we trust, short it. I mean, Bitcoin could be an interesting. So we're going to do Dogecoin, then Injective. Where's my Injective coin? Oh, no, INJ. I forgot the J. I'm pretty sure we saved everything from... Yeah, we did. Okay, perfect. George said, I think I'll join your group. How many people are this knowledgeable Elliott with it? I appreciate that, George. I don't have any groups right now. I am potentially going to be setting up a Discord. Why don't you have a Discord? Drew just said that on YouTube too. I haven't set up a Discord yet, but I have had a lot of interest in setting up a Discord. I just didn't set one up yet, but I may be thinking about doing that. I'm also thinking about doing, documenting some more short-term potentially options trading on, you know, the 4-hour and daily candles. I just haven't done anything like that yet, but that is in the works. I'm going to document all the stuff first and then probably do some sort of like Discord thing, but I just haven't done it yet. In Elon we trust. I was about to say, what group are we talking? Yeah, I don't have a, if anything, I will always let y'all know about, like, if I set up a Discord, I'll make a video about it. Oh dang, do you have any YouTube videos teaching Elliott Waves? Would love to learn more. I've had some construction crew at the house this week, which has been putting a damper on my YouTube videos. I am probably going to be able to film the first one tomorrow. I got this construction crew fixing our bathroom. We had some mold in the bathroom. They had to rip out all the tile. They had to cut out all the drywall in the basement or in the garage. So it's been a lot. It's been very noisy over the past couple of days, but I will be filming YouTube videos probably starting tomorrow. And my plan is to create one YouTube video a day, see if I can do it. If I can't do one a day, then I'll probably do one every other day. But yes, I will be doing YouTube videos on like training on Elliott Wave Theory, looking at specific assets, giving you guys the full breakdown, saying like, okay, here's the monthly time frame. Here are the targets. All right, we're going to switch to the weekly, identify the wave count. Then we're going to switch to the daily, identify some bottoming. But that is in the works for sure. Gav, thanks for the roses, man. Hi to all. What's up, Raja? What's going on? But yes, I will be doing that. Hell yeah, brother. That'd be awesome. Yeah, there's been a lot of interest in sort of teaching stuff, so I will 100% be doing that. It's just been tough. We were on vacation, and then we got back, and then they're fixing the bathroom, and it's been going on since freaking December. It's been pissing me off. Because I'm just like, fix my bathroom, and I'm very pissed about it. I haven't been in my master bathroom since December, so it's been really irritating. Okay, so for Injective, this is a token I do personally own. I bought around this region right here. Where's August of 2023? I bought around $1. So I'm in, no wait, did I buy around $1? Hold on. No, I'm in around wait, no, where did I buy Injective? I bought somewhere in this region. I can't remember. I'd have to go back and look at my cost basis, but somewhere in this region I bought Injective For me, what Injective has is we have a really clean wave one off the lows. So if you look at it on the weekly time frame, let me see here. We have basically this wave 1, 2, then we have a 3, 4, and a 5. So we do have a clean 5-wave move up with this massive retrace for a wave 2. But nonetheless, my next target on Injective is $71. So that's what I'm talking. We have a wave 1, a wave 2, and then the wave 3 targets the $71 range, which is right at 71. So my next target on Injective is around 71. As long as price doesn't come down and retrace below this low, this wave 1 is still valid and not invalidated. But I do think, again, with my Bitcoin thesis going down, I do think we see probably one more dip for Injective, and then we're off to the races, and $71 is my next target. Oh, dang, that's crazy. Since December, bro, it's... Well, we were on vacation. We were out of town. Like, we went out of town for Christmas with my family, and then they were getting all these estimates done. They were getting all the stuff, cleaned out, and then January came about, and they were just dragging their feet trying to get all these estimates done. And then after they got all the all the stuff done, then my wife and I went on a vacation to St. Vincent for about a week. So then we got back from that, and then now they're starting all the construction. So I can't wait for them to just be done with it. But the new shower is going to be nice, so I'm happy about that. When do you expect to reach $71? Again, I don't trade based on time. I think trying to force charts into a time frame, you're going to get wrecked every time, because you're trying to force price to fit with inside of your time window, and price will humble you real quick. Because if you're like, oh, I'm expecting this wave 3 to happen in 2026 and it doesn't, then you get emotional about it, then you get pissed, and then you make irrational decisions based on, oh, well, price is here, but it didn't reach my target, I'm going to sell here, and the next thing you know, it rips up. So I don't trade based on time, I trade based on price. I do think that once we get this lower leg down and this impulse up, I think it will come very fast, and it'll probably be a shock to people because altcoins have been getting brutally battered for a long time now. And I think a lot of people are just not interested in crypto right now, which is the perfect fuel to the fire of a euphoric leg 3. Once we get, this initial wave 1, then this wave 2, everyone's going to doubt that. I'll show you on Bitcoin. But again, next target for Injective is $71. I'll show you, again, this is kind of what I'm thinking is going to happen. I could be wrong, but this is what I'm thinking is going to happen, given that we're in a wave 2 right now. And for those of you that know Elliott Wave Theory, wave 1s and wave 2s are interesting, because when you get these deep pullbacks for wave 2, everyone doubts this move. Everyone thinks we're going to retrace the whole move. Everyone gets fearful and doubt. And what do we have right now? We have a lot of fear, a lot of doubt. A lot of people just think that we're in a massive decline, and we're going to go to 30K, or we're going to go to 20K, or we're going to go to 12K. Bitcoin, there's nothing with Bitcoin. It's worthless, yada, yada, yada. That's the psychology in wave 2. And then what you typically get is an explosive wave 1, followed by a wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. And what'll happen is on this initial wave 1, everyone will doubt it, and we'll get a wave 2. Everyone thinks on this wave 2, we're going to reverse the whole move and go down. So we'll get the wave 1. Everyone will pile in shorts on this wave 1. We'll get the wave 2. They'll be in profit and say, oh, look at me, I was right. We're going to 30K. And then we'll get this wave 3. All the shorts are going to reverse, and they're going to close their positions. That it's going to add fuel to the fire for the wave 3. Retail's going to long it. Everyone's going to pile in. Everyone's going to say, oh, we're at new all-time highs. Super cycle. We're going to 500K. We're going to 1 million. They all pile in. Then we'll get a wave 4. Everyone thinks, oh, wait, no, we're going to 500K. I need to buy more. I need to buy more. Then we'll get the wave 5. Hey, see, didn't I tell you? We're going to 500K. I was right. And then what'll happen? Well, we'll get an ABC corrective move down, and everyone will be pissed off again. Everyone's going to say crypto's a scam, yada, yada, yada. It's the same shit that happens every time. Don't be that person. Have a plan. Don't ride the wave down. Don't bag hold. Don't wait for the wave 5, and then you get the ABC corrective, and next thing you know, you're sitting on your hands and feet saying, oh shit, I should have bought earlier. I should have bought down here, but I didn't. I bought up here. I was in profit. I got greedy, and then we pulled back. Now I'm in the negative. Now I'm going to bag hold for the next impulsive wave up. Don't be that person. You'll get very pissy yourself. buying, for me, I am buying now. And if I want to take profits, I'll take it at 200K, which is my next target. But I'll probably just hold because I don't really feel like selling my Bitcoin. I'll wait for a 5-wave move. Then I'll wait for an ABC. And then I'll buy more again down here. And then I'll wait for another 5-wave move. And then I'll wait for another ABC and buy again. That is my strategy. With all that being said, just stick to a strategy. But why has this not happened? I think more pain is more downside and test people patience. I think we've been testing people's patience very much so. We've been in a corrective structure since January of 2025. We've been in over a year of correction because all this was an ABC corrective structure. I think people's patience have already been tested, if I'm being honest. And that's typical with a wave too, right? You get a 5-wave move up, then you get an ABC down. Everyone thinks we're going to continue to go lower, more pain, more downside, yada, yada, yada. I mean, hey, I could be wrong, but I'm sticking to my strategy. 60 to 50K bottom, and then we get the impulses, the upside to 200. Again, only time will vindicate me. You guys can say whatever you want now, but my next plan is buy here and then potentially take profits at 200. John Smith, what's your thoughts on the 7th-year Shemitah cycle in 2029? John, I'm going to ask a question, and I think this is probably... Are you referring to Christian Keefoy's Shemitah year cycle? Is that what you're referring to, John? I'm familiar with him. I've seen his stuff on X. I do follow him on X, but I'm curious if that's where you're getting that from. Because I know Christian talks about the Shemitah years. Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, he's a great guy. I do like his content. I don't really know too much about Shemitah years. I'm not familiar with it. That's his thing. I'm not going to speak to what he knows probably better than I do. So I'm not going to try to speak for him. I would love to do a collab with him one day. I think it'd be really cool. I do think we align very much on what's next. I think that he's anticipating this move up as well. But again, I don't really know the Shemitah year stuff, so I can't really speak on it. Mike said I would never sell, just borrow against it. Yeah, I'm not really interested in selling my Bitcoin. That's, for me, altcoins, I'll probably take profits, but Bitcoin, I'm not really interested in selling Bitcoin. I just look to add a major decline. So, in 2022, we had this major decline. I added in 2022. And then I'm looking to add again here at these big declines. And then once we get to 200K and we get another ABC corrective down, I'll add again. Just, add to your spot position is all I'm looking really to do. Can we take a look at THRY? Yeah, 100%. Absolutely, Adam. We can take a look at it. Where are you going to buy? 60 to 50K. That's where I'll be buying. I'll be posting about it on social media. So I'm not going to leave you guys in the dark saying, hey, when did Nick buy? I thought he said he was going to buy, but he didn't post anything on it. Whenever I buy, I'll let you know. But 60 to 50K is my region. That's when I'll be dollar cost averaging. Does the second to third wave have to be the longest? Also, where does the C wave finish? So the only rules that we have in Elliott Wave Theory is wave 3 is typically the longest, but it can't be the shortest of waves. So for example, on this chart right here, so you take the trend-based fib extension right here, and then you take it from the bottom of wave 1 to the top of wave 1 to the bottom of wave 2. And right here, the wave 3 was almost a 2.618 extension of this wave 1, meaning this wave 3 is 2.618 times longer than this wave 1, which means it satisfies the rule. All that happens is wave 3 is typically the longest wave. It doesn't necessarily have to be the longest wave. It just can't be the shortest wave. So if you have a wave 1, a wave 2, a short wave 3, either the wave 5 has to be the shortest wave or the wave 1 has to be the shortest wave. The wave 3 cannot be the shortest. And then with the wave 2, that typically retraces down to the 0.5 to the 0.618. This one retraced to the 0.382. Which is a shallow correction, which means the wave 4 probably retraces lower, and it did to the 0.5. Wave 2 and wave 4 are typically inverse. So if you have a shallow 2, you probably have a deeper correction 4. Typically, the wave 2 retraces to about 0.5 to 0.618, and the wave 4 retraces to about the 0.382. But wave C, correction waves are interesting in the fact that, like, you can get fib extensions for the wave C. I'm pretty sure from memory. I'm pretty sure the wave... Oh, wait, I'm doing that wrong. Hold on. I'm pretty sure the wave C extends a certain fib extension from the wave A, which I think it extends to about the 1.618 extension of wave A. I'm pretty sure that's the case. I can't remember the wave C. All I know is I'm going based off of this chart, but there's some rules around the wave C fib extension. I want to say it's either the same length as wave 1, which would have put it up here, or the 1.618. I can't remember the extension, but I know with this ABC expanding flat, this price action is developed, and obviously we've had a lower price, which makes sense because in the expanding flat structure, you get a wave A, a wave B, and you get a wave C that retraces lower than the start of wave A. Do you live in Alabama? No, I'm in Georgia. I'm actually in Georgia. Are you Alabama, Roll Tide? Are you Alabama? Mink said, you need to be careful. SPX is about correction 10, 20, 20, like 2019. Oh, wait, we were going to do SPY. Shit, we were going to do SPY. That's right. I forgot. We were going to do SPY. 25% profits from alt should go into your Bitcoin spot. Well, that is what I'm doing. Yeah, that's a great strategy, Mike. I'm kind of doing the same. You take altcoin profits and then rotate into Bitcoin. When will it reach 200K? Again, I don't trade based on time. I trade based on price. Coleman, nice. Awesome. Okay, cool. XRP, Vinny, my next target on XRP is $6. I'll be moving near Brunswick, Brunswick, Georgia in a few years. Hell yeah, welcome to the South, man. Well, I don't know if you currently live in the South or not, but if you live up north, welcome to the South. The weather's been absolutely delightful here in Georgia over the past couple days. Yes, we were going to look at SPY. I forgot. Let me go to SPY. I think, George, you had said we were going to look at SPY. Oh, perfect. All my stuff is still saved on here. Fan-freaking-tastic. So on a big time frame on SPY, let me go to the 3-month. So this is my big time frame on SPY. Like, basically since the creation of SPY. We have this... Oh, where's my paintbrush? We have this initial wave 1 push, then we have an ABC2, which this was the bottom in 2008. And then we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leg 3. Then we have the 2020 COVID crash, which was the wave 4. And then we're currently in a fifth wave. Currently in a fifth wave. So on the fifth wave, we have a wave 1, a wave 2. We're in the 3, and then we should see a 4 and then a 5. So there's still 2 more waves left to go. For me, wave 3 almost looks to be kind of topped, but there could be a little bit more to go. But we do have a massive wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, COVID crash, wave 4, and then we're in the 5th leg. On this fib extension here of the wave 3, if I can get it down there, typically the wave 3 targets the 1.618, right? Which is up there at 7,600, but it is kind of topping at the 1.272. That is possible as long as it's not the shortest wave, right? That's the rule. We can't be the shortest wave. So right now we have a 1, a 2. This does satisfy the rule. Now we, get one more wave and one more wave. But if we analyze this 3rd wave right here on the monthly time frame, we can identify how many waves are of that sub wave 3. So if we go down here on the monthly time frame, we can look at, okay, how many waves do we have? Well, right now on this 3, we have an initial 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. And of this 5, where's my fib extension here? Of this 5, price is currently sitting at the 1.618 fib extension of wave 4, which is typically where the 5th leg tops out. So not only are we sitting at the 1.272 extension of this wave 1, we're also sitting at the 1.618 fib extension of the inverse of wave 4. So to me, SPY almost looks like it's topping, right? There's multiple indicators that are suggesting that. if we go down to the weekly on SPY, just on this, fifth leg right here, we can identify how many waves are in here. This one's confusing to me, and it's given me a lot of trouble because we almost have a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, a wave 4, and then this like weird kind of curved wave 5, which doesn't necessarily make sense for me. This could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5, and then this is an A, B, and then we should get a C correction down. It's a very weird structure to me. That's why I've been having trouble identifying this, just because the whole structure just looks like a big ass fucking banana. But looking at this on a bigger time frame, right? We have a clear 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're in the fifth. So if anything, I wouldn't long SPY here. I wouldn't, if I were to do anything, if I was looking to take a position, the only way that I would want to take a position is a short, because not only are we sitting at the 1.272 fib extension of this wave 1, 2, and then 3, we also have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 subwaves of this wave 3, which suggests that upside is very limited. If I was going to do anything or look to buy SPY, I would essentially wait for a pullback basically to 560. I would wait for a pullback to 560. And the reason behind that is I'm taking the fib retracement tool of wave 3. And for this wave 4 typically will retrace to the 0.382, and then we'll get a bounce wave 5. So anywhere really between 560, we can even retrace. Well, no, we can't retrace to the 0.618 because that would go below the starting point of wave 1. So the zone that I would be looking at, let me move this actually to the right so then I can show you what I mean. So if price was to reverse to the 0.618, it would be really close to the top of wave 1, right? If you look at that, I mean, look how close the 0.618 retracement is to the top of this wave 1. It would be super close. So ideally, that can't happen because that would basically the price would go below the starting point of wave 1, which would invalidate the rules, which would mean this entire wave count is off. So my next targets for SPY would be between 560 to 522. That would be my next target on SPY. And we will basically get something like this. We'll get an A wave, B wave, and then a C wave. And I'd be looking at the 563 to the 522 region, somewhere in this region, to long SPY to the upside. And then if we get a retrace from the current level to say the 0.5 fib, my next target on SPY would be 800. So that is sort of what's next for SPY. Someone said I'm def short. Yeah, if I was going to do anything, it'd be short. I wouldn't go long right here. It's probably going to retrace to the area that was the top to the left previous high. You're talking about this position right here, Mike? Or this one right here? It could retrace here. I mean, that's the point. Let me move this out of the way. If price was to retrace to this previous high right here, that would be the 0.236 fib retracement, which would satisfy a wave 4 rule. Typically, the wave 4 retraces between the 0.382 and the 0.236. It can go lower to the 0.5, but somewhere in like this range, we'll probably get a bottom for SPY. Wow, that's more than a 30%. Imagine. Yeah, because what is it? 700 to about 500? Yeah, I mean, that's a big, decline. Imagine Bitcoin. See, thanks, bro. Absolutely. Do you work for a finance company or self-employed doing this daily? So currently, I don't do this like as a full-time thing. Like I would love to. Don't get me wrong. Like my goal and my mission is to do this stuff full-time. But as of now, I still have my 9-to-5 job that I work, and then I do this as sort of a side. It's more of a side hustle right now until I can get it to the ability to be a full-time thing. I would love to make it my full-time job, but as of now, it's more of a self side project, if you will. But my goal is to make it a full-time thing for sure. I did get it. Funny enough, I'm in sales, so I rotated between I was a financial advisor actually for about 3 years. I did that full time. I had my Series 6 license, my Series 63. I was working on getting my Series 7, and I had the ability to recommend investments. I was a full investment advisor, everything like that. But I was 1099 commission. I was 21, 22, 23 years old out of school, talking to people double my age, and they didn't really necessarily respect me, or I didn't have enough experience, and I just couldn't support myself on a 1099 commission only structure. So I took up a position as in sales for a software company, early stage software company, bounced around a bit between a couple different early stage SaaS companies, and then now I do legal consulting is what I do right now. Thanks, bro. Absolutely cool, great analysis. I appreciate that, George. XRP if you can. Yeah, we can jump over to XRP for sure. We did SoFi earlier. We can go back to SoFi for sure. What time is it? Does anyone have the time? Is it 8 p.m.? Is it 8 p.m.? Oh, THRY. That was what's next. THRY. Drew said we are a early stage tech company. Yeah, I work for a few different SaaS companies early on in my career. I bounced around between a couple. There was like one. I started as the 50th employee, and then grew with them until they were about 400. Went through their Series A, B, C, D, and then we got bought out by a private equity company, and then I rotated to another early stage company as like the second sales hire. And then I did that for a few years on their sales team as an account executive. And then I rotated to another early stage company. And then now I'm with a bigger company. I do like legal staffing, legal consulting, stuff like that. We're an early stage company. We're 10 people. Oh, that's awesome, Drew. That's fantastic. I love it. I mean, I'm going to be honest here with THRY. I don't really see much. I mean, we have this huge gap up. We have this, big retrace down. There's really nothing to go off of, if I'm being honest. Like, there's no impulses. It looks like the volume's not that much. I don't really know much about the stock, but there's really not much to go off of. So I would be guessing. Your guess is as good as mine as to where this goes, because there's really no impulsive moves, and we have this huge gap right here that we've kind of filled now. Until we get impulsive waves off the bottom, there's really no telling where this thing's going to go. 4:53 PST, so that's so almost 8 o'clock. I do have to jump off in maybe like 15 minutes because I got to do some. My wife and I are going to eat dinner here soon. I know it's late, but I hear chopping vegetables downstairs. My son almost on the same path, software sales now. I do like software sales. I really do enjoy it. I'm potentially looking to get back into it, but if I can turn this content, thing into a full-time gig, that would be sort of my dream life for sure. George, I'm about to eat dinner. I'll catch you later, brother. Thanks again. Absolutely, George. I'll see you tomorrow. I go live again, same time. So if you come back tomorrow, I'll see you tomorrow. SoFi, so THRY, there's really nothing here. I can't really provide any context here. SoFi, my current wave count on SoFi looks like this. So let me move this out of the way. Wanden, hello, what's up, Con? What's going on? This is my current wave count on SoFi. So we have a 5-wave move up for the wave 1, then we have a wave 2, a 5-wave move up for the wave 3, a wave 4, and then we're expecting a wave 5 next. As long as price doesn't retrace lower than $16.63, the next probable outcome is a 5-wave move up to the upside. My target on SoFi is 37.56. Can we do CZR? Yeah, we can do CZR. OP coin? Yeah, we can do Optimism. Ash, what's going on, man? How are you? Doing well, doing well. How are you? Adam said, thank you. Real quick, how do you use fib retracement? Yeah, so the fib retracement tool that you want to do it's just called the fib retracement. And essentially what it's used for in Elliott Wave Theory is you take the fib retracement tool, you take it from the bottom of wave 1, put it to the top of wave or bottom of wave one to the top of wave one, and then you basically identify zones to where price most likely wants to retrace. And the rules of Elliott Wave Theory is wave 2 typically retraces to the 0.5 to the 0.618. We can see here on SoFi, it attempted to go to the 0.786, but then quickly reclaimed the 0.618 and then pumped higher. But typically the price retraces to the 0.5 to the 0.618 on wave 2. On wave 4, you take it from the bottom of wave 2 to the top of wave 3, and then price typically, again, for wave 4, retraces to the 0.236 to the 0.382. That doesn't mean that price can't retrace lower. And you can see here we got a perfect bounce on the point off the 0.618, and then we're bouncing up. That's why, again, for me, another confluence of why this is going to be the start of an impulsive wave up. We had a really clean reaction off of the 0.618 level, which is great to see. But that's kind of how you use fib retracements, and then there's rules and strategies around it. If you're looking to learn Elliott Wave Theory, I recommend this book, Elliott Waves Made Simple, Master Elliott Waves. It's by Steve Sinclair. It's $10 on Amazon, and you can literally read it in 2 days. It's 90 pages. So if you're looking to learn Elliott Wave Theory, I would start there. Thank you for checking so far. Yeah, absolutely, man. CN had a great day. What's up, Dr. Thunder? I love the name, Dr. Thunder. Love it. I do like a nice Dr. Pepper. I do. Let's see. Appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Absolutely. Adam G said, bro's just yapping. Thanks, Adam. I appreciate it. Nice. I appreciate that. Okay, so CN, can you look at Circle? Yeah, we can look at Circle, but we're going to do CZR and then OP. I'll do these last 3 coins, and then we're going to go, I'm probably going to go down and eat dinner. So we're going to do CZR, we're going to do OP, and then after OP, we will look at Circle, and then that'll be the 3 tokens we do next. And then I'll jump, and then again, same time tomorrow, 6 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, I'll be live. So thanks for yapping with us, Nick. Absolutely, Mike. Absolutely. I love when the haters come in. It literally gives me fuel. It's like every time they comment on my stuff, it just means that I'm doing things right. So I love it. If you're not getting hate, you're not doing things right. Is it Caesar's Entertainment? Is that what I'm looking for? Who is it that requested CZR? Is that Laura M? Is that the one we're looking at? Caesar's? Me, yes. Okay, perfect. Is that? I think that's Laura M, right? Laura M. I've thoroughly enjoyed learning from you. Thanks. Thanks, Roll. I'll just call you Alabama. Thanks, Roll Tide. I appreciate that. God bless you, bro. People need to learn first. I appreciate that. God bless you as well. Yes, Nick. Looks like wave 3 is unfolding. Potentially, yeah, potentially, absolutely. I know you're talking about Bitcoin, but potentially. Okay, so... Ooh, look at that big ass drop. Okay, what was that, 2020? Yep. Okay, so I would have said this was a wave 1, a wave 2 drop, and then 3, and then 4. However... this wave 1 can't be... oh, wait, let me make sure everything's in the screen. All right, so for Caesar, like this looks like a wave 1, a wave 2, and a wave 3, which would make sense, but price retraced lower than basically the starting point of wave 1. Now... this technically could be a wave 1, an A, B, and a C, but man, that would be a massive ABC wave. Let's see if that makes sense here. Nope. Okay, so on a wave B, for an expanding flat, price cannot retrace above the 1.618 retracement of wave A. So that's invalidated. So we have this AB invalidated. We have this wave 1, wave 2 invalidated. Yeah, there's really not much else other than, I mean, we have 2 things invalidated already. We have a wave 1, wave 2 invalidated because price retraced lower. Then we also have a wave A, B that can't be because it doesn't fulfill the rules. Now, I mean, technically, if let's analyze this, because this could be the start of a wave 1, and then we're in the 2, and we should expect the 3. So let's look at that on the weekly time frame and see if we can identify 5 wave move up. If we can identify a 5-wave move up, then this would be the start of a wave 1, and then we're in the 2, and we should expect a 3. But looking at this price action on the weekly, I mean, this looks choppy. Let's go to the daily. I just need more price action. Okay. So, I mean, this thing is just choppy, I'll tell you. 2, 3, now that invalidates. I mean, this all invalidates maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you have a 2 here, and then you have a 1, 2, 3, but then this invalidates, so that can't be a 4, 5. Honestly, this whole structure right here, let me go to the weekly. Give me a second. This whole structure on, and this is again, I'm not like I don't really know too much about Caesar from a fundamental standpoint, but this when I'm looking for stocks and when I'm looking for things to invest in, I just want the wave counts to be really clear. To me, this whole structure just looks very choppy up. Like you have a lot of overlapping waves where like you could say, oh, this is a 1, a 2, a 3, but then price declines down here lower than wave 1, and then you have this like choppy structure up here. There's no real impulses. The only thing for Caesar Entertainment is what happens off of this low. So until we get these impulses off the low, there's really, I honestly don't really have much perspective on this because everything looks corrective. I would have said this was a 1, a 2, and then a 3, but then price declined lower. So until we get some impulsive wave, there's really not much to go off of on this one, unfortunately. I wish I could give you something different, but based on this structure on the weekly, it looks just like a complex corrective structure up. I'm here. What's up, Daniel? What's going on? Might I ask how long you've been doing tech analysis and why you choose this method over others? That's a really good question, Adam. And I've been basically going through different strategies, trying out different strategies, through a lot of failure, blowing accounts, blowing through some investment accounts, trial and erroring on like fake account, like what are the fake accounts called? Paper trading accounts, like trying all these different stuff, day trading, swing trading, invest, like all this stuff. That started back in like 2018. Like 2018, 2019, and I started to get into, like, I had my long-term investments, which I had, just investing in the SPX. But I'm like, you know what? I want to learn. I saw this stuff about day trading. I got conned into the day trading shit. I tried out every strategy you could imagine when it comes to day trading, and lo and behold, none of it was successful. And I tried out EMAs, EMA crossovers, ICT, fair value gaps, all different types of things, right? I tried out all this shit. And then I stumbled upon Elliott Wave Theory back in, this was like 1 or 2 years ago, like a couple years ago. Stumbled upon Elliott Wave Theory and then started, doing some charting for myself, found some good success with it. And then obviously I've been documenting all of my, basically thoughts, processes, everything that I do since the start of December. That's when I started actually posting stuff about it. So I'll just kind of let the history since December speak for itself. But I've tried so many strategies and a lot of them just didn't work. So it's been a while. It's been, about 7-8 years. Come get dinner and we have a FaceTime. Well, my wife's in the chat saying I need to go get dinner. So I do need to get off here because dinner is ready. But again, I'll be live with you guys tomorrow, same time, 6 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. I'll be live again, but I do have to go get dinner because my wife is in the chat telling me dinner's ready downstairs. And we got to FaceTime. I got to FaceTime my in-laws as well. XRP $6, Vinny. That's my next target on XRP. I do have one more dip lower to about $1, and then $6 is my next target. When you do this with companies, well, does it usually line up with fib retracements? Yeah, so I can show you that tomorrow, Adam. Come join the live tomorrow, and I'll show you an example on Robinhood. It's a really clean chart. I'll say, like, Robinhood is so clean as far as Elliott Wave Theory goes. MSTR is really clean. Even Bitcoin's really clean. But I'll give you some examples of what works and, like, how the strategy works, and then I can showcase some examples Unfortunately, I'm sorry, Laura, but Caesar is like a good example of what doesn't work for Elliott Wave Theory, meaning like there's just inconsistency with the chart. There's no clear wave counts, and you don't necessarily know where price is going next. But with Robinhood and MSTR and Bitcoin, you see that really clean. I put 300K in Hood. My next target of for Hood is $300. Dr. Sona said, "Boo." I understand. Unfortunately, when the wife calls, I go downstairs and eat dinner with her because I don't want to upset her. Good job. Thanks, Roll Tide. I will see you tomorrow if you join, and I'll make a video of the Auburn helmet because I feel like you would appreciate it. And for anyone else that is SEC, I think y'all will appreciate it. So I'll show you the Auburn helmet tomorrow because I think it's a really cool piece that I bought. I understand. Family first. Absolutely. God first, family first, and then whatever, kind of put yourself there. But that's how I structure my life. It's God first, then family, then myself. So that is my goal, and that is my life philosophy. So with that being said, I am going to end the live tonight. I appreciate the support. I appreciate y'all coming. I thought today's live was awesome. I really did enjoy it. I found this to be a really insightful one. I hope that you guys took something from it or learned or whatever you guys took from it. I hope you took something good. But with that being said, I will see y'all tomorrow, and I'll be doing my Bitcoin update in the morning tomorrow. So feel free to look for that around 9:30 in the morning, and we'll go and make some money. That's the goal. It's not about being right. It's about making money. So I will see y'all tomorrow. And now, there we go.